It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Monday, the 17th of February. This is James Spann. The air much colder across Alabama today. Cold air stays in place all week. And parts of North Alabama could see a few snowflakes after midnight tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning that could create a little bridge icing in spots early Wednesday. So obviously the focus will be on that. Let's begin with the upper air look across the country. Early this morning, we have broad troughing over the eastern United States. That's delivered the cold air. And it's a dry air mass, no precipitation nearby this morning. Many locations over North Alabama are at or below freezing early this morning. We note Haleyville 29, Aniana 29, Huntsville 31, Birmingham 32, mid-30s, all the way down to Mobile and Dothan. So north of Alabama, we have winter storm warnings in effect for parts of southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, and the northwestern part of Tennessee for this incoming system. And wind advisories up in the northeast United States. Obviously, no severe weather today with a cold air mass in place. In fact, not a single thunderstorm expected across the country. But tomorrow, there is a low-end marginal risk for South Louisiana and southeastern Texas with this Gulf low that forms. And then on day 3, which is Wednesday, there could be a rumble of thunder across extreme South Alabama, the Gulf Coast, Florida, but severe storms at this point are not expected. We'll check rain for the next 7 days. This is valid through Monday morning of next week, and really not much for the northern half of the state. Rain amounts a quarter inch or less. South Alabama, near the Gulf Coast, rain amounts near 1 inch. And that's with our system tomorrow night and Wednesday morning, then potentially another system on Sunday. So model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06Z run. This is valid this afternoon at 3. Zonal flow, cold air, a mostly sunny day, highs 40s in North Alabama, 50s for the southern counties of the state. So tomorrow, our new system begins to produce snow for places like Tulsa, Kansas City, Wichita, rain for eastern Texas. And we are dry during the day tomorrow, and highs should be in the 50s for most spots. So let's jump ahead to Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock. For most of the state, a cold rain. However, in the colder air over the northern quarter of the state, there was a chance of snow and maybe some freezing rain. And this will be light precipitation, most likely very light. But if you are along and north of US 278, that's north of a line from near Hamilton to Cullman to Gadsden, just understand temperatures could be at or just below freezing, and you might see a little light freezing rain or some light snow, and that could create some bridge icing. So early Wednesday morning, North Alabama, this is north of Birmingham. Just be aware of that. Again, it's just a cold rain for the rest of the state. And then by noon on Wednesday, everything is kind of winding down. Still maybe some lingering light snow for the northeastern corner of the state up around Scottsboro and Fort Payne. And again, patchy light rain for the rest of the state. The better chance of precipitation here from about 3 a.m. until 12 noon on Wednesday. And I should mention, this is the high-resolution NAM, the North American Mesoscale model. So snow fans, this is the snow potential coming off the NBM, the National Blend of Models, which is the ensemble approach, which is the best way of looking at this. And you can see not much. In fact, even in Tennessee, the numbers have come down. In Alabama, potential accumulation, 1/2 inch or less. And in terms of freezing rain, again, there could be a little bit of that at the onset of this, maybe as far south as Hamilton, Cullman, but again, probably not much. Precipitation should be very light. So again, the key message is here, the chance of some light wintry precipitation over the northern quarter of the state after midnight tomorrow night, Wednesday morning. The better chance along and north of a line from Hamilton to Cullman to Gadsden. For the rest of the state, just a cold rain. But if you're up there in that northern quarter of the state, be aware some light bridge icing, a possibility. So this is Wednesday afternoon. Everything's out of here. We'll be in the 40s. We'll be above freezing for most locations. And again, 40s But then a colder air mass drops in here on Thursday. That's a cold high coming in. The high Thursday will drop in the low 30s. In fact, if you're in Florence, Athens, Huntsville, Scottsboro, you might stay below freezing much of the day. Thursday, mid-30s for Birmingham, upper 30s and low 40s for South Alabama. We start the day way below freezing, and I think the coldest morning will be Friday morning. This is Friday, where teens are likely for North Alabama, maybe some mid-teens, and a freeze is likely all the way down to the Gulf Coast early Friday morning. And then Friday should be a sunny day with highs in the 40s. Saturday looks dry. Again, we start the day below freezing for the northern half of the state. The high will be in the 50s. And then the next wave will likely produce some light rain on Sunday. And again, I guess it's conceivable at the onset there might be a bit of sleet over North Alabama, but this should be just a light rain event on Sunday. And then a week from today, this is Monday the 23rd, shortwave trough moving through. The rain is off to the east, and we are dry and cool. Let's go out 10 days. This is Wednesday of next week, the 26th, zonal flow, and we are much warmer. In fact, most of Alabama should see highs in the 70s by the middle of next week. So very cold at the end of this week, and then we warm right back up. We're getting into the time of the year where cold snaps don't last especially long. Rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The mean a little over 1 inch between now and the 4th of March. And there's the big bounce back, as you can see. Pretty cold this week. These numbers for Birmingham, your number could be different. This is coming off the national blend of models. The high Thursday dropping to 35. The low early Friday morning down to 18, but then we are at 70 by the middle part of next week on Wednesday the 26th. And the latest long-range guidance. This is for the 24th of February through the 2nd of March. Temperatures here near average, well above average off to the west. So looking back at the event Saturday night, early Sunday morning, we're lucky nobody was killed. I will tell you that. We had widespread tree damage, almost every county in the state with damage, most of it related to damaging straight-line winds. That's a tree through a trailer, mobile home. And fortunately, nobody was injured there. This is a huge tree limb through a bedroom in a home in Etowah County. And again, that's you can imagine sleeping and something like that happening. But again, for us, it was a win because we had no loss of life. And the messaging going into this was to treat severe thunderstorm warnings like tornado warnings, and I think people heard the message. By the way, this was at Wind Creek State Park, and you can see that camper, a tree came right down through it. Nobody was in there. They were in the bathhouse at the time. This is a trailer home and a tree coming right down through it. And we had some tornadoes. We've had 4 tornadoes, 4 confirmed tornadoes in the state. This is some of the damage from New Bern in Hale County. That was rated EF1. That tornado was down for about 18 miles, and it tracked into parts of Perry County as well. Of course, in terms of the population center, this is the one that hit Tuscumbia. And the National Weather Service in Huntsville has rated this EF1. So we had the EF1 here in Tuscumbia, the EF1 in Hale County. We had an EF2 rated in Franklin County, south of Tuscumbia, south of Russellville. And we also had one EF1 tornado in southern Marshall County, Mount Hebron, that was down around Douglas. And again, we're just so fortunate that with so many trees that came down, we had no loss of life. And at one point, we had about 210,000 Alabamians without electrical service. That's a big, big wind event. And of course, power restoration efforts continue this morning. I think about 10,000 are still out early this morning. And of course, the Alabama state bird, just everywhere. I mean, I had a lot of notes from people saying, the state bird landed in my yard. We have no idea where it came from. But that thing was clearly in flight. All right, so let's check on the schedule here this week. Today going to be at Agape Academy up in Pinson. See the kids there this morning. Tomorrow, Hall Kent Elementary School in Homewood. Then I'll be doing a program for senior adults at Angel Grove Baptist Church in Jacksonville. Wednesday, Clay Elementary in Jefferson County. Thursday, Pinedale Elementary in Enterprise down in Coffee County. And then on Friday, going to be in Autauga County, Daniel Pratt Elementary School. It'll be a lot of fun, and looks like I'll be speaking to the Alabama Oncology Nursing Association on Saturday in Birmingham. So a busy week ahead, but no book signing this week. Of course, tonight's Mondays, which means our show Weather Brains is on the air tonight. The show for weather dweebs, geeks, nerds, dorks, and weenies. Tonight at 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern on the Weather Brains YouTube channel, youtube.com/weatherbrains. And, of course, the podcast version comes out late tonight. By the way, show 1000 is coming up on March the 17th, and we're going to do that one live from Huntsville. Our friends at Barron Weather, they're going to host us, and we're going to all be together and look back and celebrate 1,000 episodes of Weather Brains. We started back in January of 2006. We are 19 years old. Wow. Of course, we do invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.